Welcome again to the ACE channel, where we look at some of the ACE products that are on sale from us. Remember, we sell anything from a connector to a radio mast, and all brands from Intel to Zontec. Let's have a look at what we'll be doing today.
Okay, so today we will be having a look at another Hytera product. I was quite surprised when I saw this product. We needed some equipment and for a project, so we purchased these, and yes, quite a number of surprises that we got in the box. But nevertheless, let's have a look at the new Hytera series. This is the entry-level portable radio. In this case, it is a VHF. It is the HP515, and as mentioned before, this is a VHF. Okay, let's see what we have in the box. First up is the radio. It doesn't look much different than the last new series of radios that they have produced. I'll put it aside first. Let's see what this is. Okay, this is the battery, and yeah, 1500 milliampere hour battery. Yeah, I'm not too impressed about that though. Obviously the booklet, and I think this is the charger. Something beneath there, that's the antenna, which I will talk about later on. And inside the charger is, or the charger block, we have the transformer. We have the belt clip. Okay, we have this stupid little carry strap and the cradle itself. Okay, so not going to do much further with that. Right now, what I want to discuss is actually the radio itself. It seems quite nice at first, if you have a look at this product. Seems to be, yeah, it seems quite nice. And if you fit the battery on, it also fits nice. The radio also has a nice, what we would like to refer to as the Motorola test, where you could plonk it down on a table and it'll stand there, which yeah, seems to be a problem. Most of the toy radio manufacturers these days don't seem to think about that. If you're not wearing it on your side, you may want to put it down on the desk. So they forget about that. They make this too narrow, or it's just not right, and then it falls over when it's on your desk. So nevertheless, I see that the microphone is there, the speaker there. Yeah, as with the new series, the knob is on the side. The power button in this case is in the middle, and the antenna is also on the side. On the side, we have the PDT bezel, PDT knob, PDT whatever you would like to call it, volume up and down, and you have a function button. On this side, you have a Type-C connection. Yes, that's also another discussion. And you have this accessory. So what I'm going to do at this point in time is take this off and show you my concern with exactly this. And unlike the previous entry-level portables, they have now put a multiple connector on the side. This causes them now to have the monopoly on the earpieces. We had a nice big sale for some of this equipment, and at the last moment the customer decided he wanted earpieces as well, which then caused us to run around in circles to try and find earpieces. Needless to say, the importers didn't even have a single earpiece. Okay, the next thing I wish to discuss here is the fact that the belt clip now, as obviously you can put your little lanyard or carry majig thing on there, but now also that the battery latch seems to be on the battery, which I am concerned about for various reasons, as I've pointed out in other devices that you've had a look at. Is my concern is that when you when this latch seems to wear out, it will cause your battery latch not to catch securely anymore. I mean, this is even worse. On some of the radios, the battery latch is actually stopped by the radio casing itself. There's not much stopping this happening. So you may think you've got the radio on your belt, bump into something, and it could slide off totally. Hytera, I don't think this is the most practical solution. Just my 5 cents worth. Okay, and then the next thing I would like to discuss. This radio is a whole new ball game, and if you didn't think of a few things, you are in trouble. What we have found is that if you look at the antenna socket, it is not MX. It is not anything else that I've seen before. And I will bring this closer and show you what I mean. Look at that. I have thought long and hard about why they had gone for this route. And I suppose, if you think about it logically, this makes the radio more robust. Because you can have this socket sitting on the PC board now, and even if you drop it on the antenna a few times, there's no chance of the socket actually breaking loose, because it is secured on the housing, and only that part is inside the radio. It makes it very difficult to put an adapter on it. Yes, it makes it very difficult. Also, something which I have found is that there's no real name brand on the antenna. So it doesn't say Hytera on the antenna, no color code or ring or anything else depicting that it's their device. And that's also a change from what they did in the past. Apologies, some plastic sitting here. The thing about the Type-C connector here, I don't quite understand it. I thought it was for programming, thus it interested me fairly much. It is Type-C, which is fantastic. Until I found out that this is not where you program it. The Type-C is merely there for charging applications. Now guys, I understand that the battery is small and you may need to want to charge it in there, but I think this opens up a whole new door for abuse on another level, as we've seen with the GP POC devices. That's just my 5 cents worth. If it was for the programming, I would have completely understood it and be on par with what they was wanting to achieve. The next thing I would look at is just the charger. The charger itself, if we look at the transformer, is a 12 volt 1 amp charger, which means already it'll take an hour and a half to charge a 1300 battery full. I doubt that that's sufficient for that device, but that's just my opinion. Yes, it tells you that red flashes slowly, is on standby. Charge will be orange. Red slowly and solidly means it's charging, and green means that it is fully charged. Let's have a look at the charger and how it fits in, and then take it from there. Okay, so from the moment that you put the charger in, it is a nice DC socket. From the moment that you put it in, the charger will flash every now and then. Now this immediately helps you to eliminate a few issues, knowing that there's power at the moment, there is supply, and that's good. What I also like about the fact that this is 12 volt, as indicated before, is that you can make a vehicle charger by putting a 12 volt DC socket on here and plug-in socket so you can charge it in the car. But now they've gotten confused me with the Type-C connector on the side. I don't really understand that. Nevertheless, let's have a look at the charger. Okay, does it fit in easy? Yes, it fits in very easy. Thinks for a second or two and then it charges the battery. It is fairly easy to get it in. Even if I try and abuse it and put it in wrong, it is either in or not. There's no mistake you can make, even if you have the device rattling around like this. So my opinion, I don't really understand what they was aiming at doing a Type-C on the side, but they've got engineers and they probably know what they're doing. Okay, to switch the radio on is the top button.
1,
and it'll enunciate the channel.
2, 1.
Seems to be programmed on channel 1, PDT, and you have your up and down volume, and it'll give you a sound of what the volume is like.
2, 1.
Okay, gives you an idea how it's working. Has its advantages, also has its disadvantages. Advantage is that you cannot really damage something that is not there, so I suppose that's the rationale behind it. But the disadvantage is this is far more complex to fix should it go faulty than just replacing a normal knob or control, volume control.
1.
That is set to
1.
To enunciate the channel. We've used it to enunciate the battery capacity, which was actually very nice. You press it and it says battery capacity 1, 2 or 3, which is a good indication of where you are. It would be nice if they'd said what the percentage of the battery was, but they decided to say 1, 2 or 3, which leaves you to own interpretation of how far the battery goes. Apart from that, the device feels solid in the hand. There's nothing wrong with it. I cannot really complain about it. It is slightly more raised where the speaker is for obvious reasons, for the speaker internally, and the latch is at the bottom, which is on the battery, which is good. As mentioned before, I like the fact that the battery latches in there and that the battery that part doesn't sit on the radio itself. So should something go wrong, you just simply replace that. I am not at all convinced that this was the way to go, Hytera. Anyways, apart from that, I do like the device. It feels the part, and hopefully it'll stand the test of the industry. Thank you for watching. Make sure you comment, ask questions, or even if you want to request a video, we can certainly do that. Make sure to subscribe to us as well and share it for your friends. And I'm willing to do anything. If you wanted me to have a look at the software, we certainly can do that, but I don't want the videos to become too long. But maybe in future we can have a look at that. Give me some comments and we can talk about that. Thank you so much and have a safe day.
Thank you for watching another great review from Escoms. Please like, subscribe and share our videos. Also feel free to send a comment, request for a review or just a shout out. Stay safe till next time.